Monday Night Football doubleheader. Let's start with the early game. I have a free play on the Dolphins Jets, and I'll explain what that is and why. Now, immediately what jumps out to me is how atrocious both these defenses are. I'm not going to waste any time doing like a deep dive into all the advanced analytics that make them so bad, but let's just start with the Jets. Last week, they let the Tampa Bay Bucks team march up and down the field on them, and keep in mind, this is a Bucks offense who's missing their two best offensive linemen. They had no wide receivers. Mike Evans left the game. The rookie Abuka, he was on and off the field, all banged up, barely playing. And this is the same Jets unit that we saw Aaron Rodgers turn back the clock on and torch. And if you haven't noticed yet, Aaron Rodgers is completely washed. It's just that the Jets' defense is that bad. Even when the Jets are in position to make plays, they miss tackles. They lead the NFL in missed tackles. Now, for the Dolphins' defense, anyone with two eyes can see they've allowed 30-plus points in all three of their games. They've allowed opponents to score points on 18 of 23 possessions. They're allowing the highest QB passer rating against at 128.9. Big reason for this is the Dolphins have the highest blitz rate in the league at 41%, but bottom 10 in pressure rate. They've managed to produce one QB knockdown and only 6 sacks while blitzing on almost half of their defensive snaps. And I'm going to sound like a broken record here to some of you, but I've talked about this a bunch of times. Most casual or recreational bettors feel like they have to make bets on these primetime games, even if they don't have a confident opinion. In this Dolphins-Jets game, how can anyone rely on either team to perform well on both sides of the ball? I don't trust either team to put together a good game on both sides of the ball. And betting the over-under doesn't like solve that problem either, because now it means you need help from both teams to either produce points for the over or stop points from being scored for the under. And I don't trust that to happen, but lucky for us bettors, we get to pick and choose when we bet, where we bet, and what we bet on. We have so many more bet options than just picking a team on the spread or the total points. So what I'm going to do here is isolate a very specific matchup. You know that Jets defense that's been so bad? Well, they just lost 2 linebackers to the IR this week, McCary Ball and then Quincy Williams, and then Jermaine Johnson's questionable. In the secondary, cornerback Sauce Gardner, he's dealing with a head injury. Safety Tony Adams, cornerback Javaris Brownlee Jr., they're all banged up. So as bad as the Jets defense is, now they got backups playing. So say what you want about Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel. He'll probably be fired before the year's end, but that doesn't mean he can't scheme up a solid offensive game plan. And in fact, I think he'd be a great offensive coordinator, just not really a good head coach. And if I'm going to back a unit in this game, it's the Dolphins offense. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn is like the real defensive coordinator. Steve Wilks just has the title of DC, but it's Glenn calling the shots. And Glenn loves running single high safety, which is the only defense you can't play against the Dolphins. So the Jets are going to be forced out of their base defense into some type of, I guess, like cover 2 shell or zone or whatever, which is always good when you can make the defense adjust to you rather than you adjust to them. So I'm going to go with the over Dolphins team total, 23.5 points. I think we see Tua and this offense put up some points with little resistance from the Jets defense that has been torched by everyone. Now, be on the lookout for the late Monday Night Football game breakdown, Bengals-Broncos. I think I'm going to do that one next. And if you like these team previews, I do them for all games and a lot more from members of my Discord. Invite link to join us in all my social media bios. Until next time, good luck with your bet.